Hello and welcome to Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I'm Miss Krista and I'm so excited today to be at Austintown Elementary School with Miss Lamarcas and Houston's second grade art classes. Do you know about other countries? You know a lot about America, but do you know about Africa? And do you know about Australia and other continents? Well, other continents aren't necessarily like our continent. For instance, we have water whenever we want it. Not every country does. We're going to read about a country like that in a Ugandan folktale called Give Up Gecko, and this is retold by Margaret Reed MacDonald. And what's interesting about this book is, just like a lot of Ugandan tales, it has to do with water because Uganda's in the desert. So water is very important to them, and finding water is very important to them. Another thing that's important to them is finding things to do to help earn a living. And that's why our craft is going to be paper beads, based on the Beads for Life program in Uganda, where Disney sends their old used programs to Uganda. Women make them into beautiful jewelry. And that way they can make money, raise families, and have clean water. I hope that you love our book and our craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. I think I hear our students coming now. Let's get ready. Who knows who I am? Who am I? You're close. Miss Krista? Miss Krista, bravo. I am Miss Krista. Guess where I work? Armstrong. And I am so excited. Do you know that Armstrong lets me come to different classrooms every week? We get to read stories and we get to do crafts. Do you like to do crafts? Yeah. Well, guess what? Mrs. Houston contacted me before Christmas and said, we would love if you come to our classroom, because you've seen our program before on Armstrong Channel 20. It's called Kids Corner. And that's the program that you're going to be on today. We've never been in an art classroom with art teachers, and I was a little bit nervous because your art teachers are professionals, right? Professional art teachers. They do this all day long, every day. So I hope that they like our craft, and I know that because you have such great art teachers that you're really going to like it. Did anybody drink water today? Who drank water? Water fountain, right? Yep. Right? Is that free? Is that water? Do you have to pay anything to get that? Comes right out for free? Yep. As much as you want to drink? Yep. No. So you can have water whenever you want? Yeah. No? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you have to wait till bathroom breaks, but nobody's going to say when you go to the water fountain, sorry, can't drink. No more water today. Right?
There's water in the
There's water in the classrooms too?
There's water fountain.
So there's a lot of, when you go home, is there water?
Yes.
Do you have to go down to like a river or something and get it with a bucket? Right in your houses, right in your homes, there's water. Right out of the spigot. Wow. So you don't have to wait till it rains and collect it? Interesting. Do you think that everyone in the world has water like that? Nope. You are going to read you're going to start learning about a country, a continent actually, that doesn't have water like that. And it's because that they are mostly desert. It's hard to find. Is it hard to find water in the desert? Yeah. It's very hard. We can get water whenever we want. They can't. It's very, very special to them. Yes, what you got?
I know how to get some water. You can get water from a cactus.
You can? You're right. Oh, you are smart. Yes, you can get water from a cactus, or what else? How else can you get water?
By a water fountain.
By a water fountain. Wow, bravo. Very American, yes.
If you dig under the sand, there is water.
If you dig, can you get water when you dig?
Yeah.
Who has a well at home? Does anybody have a well? Some people have well water. My sister has a well at home, and you know what? She knows that if there's not enough water in the well, sometimes she has to wait to wash clothes. Sometimes there's not enough water for my sister, Miss Carla, to wash clothes. She has to wait.
My grandpa has sewer water.
Oh, so he has, okay, so he's like has a...
My mom said that the person who first lived there was a great plumber. He's a great plumber.
Because he has great water? Wow, that's cool. My grandpa used to have a well for his barn and a well for his, and we used to go to the barn and drink the water that the cows would drink because it had, the well had clover growing out of it, and it tasted sweet like clover, and it was so yummy.
We can get our water out of the faucet.
Out of the faucet. So where does that water come? So there's water, you get water out of the faucet, but where did that water come from? Hey, that's where I got my water from this morning, right out of the faucet. Go out down to the river with a bucket. What about you?
It comes out of it's not an ocean, but it looks like one. It's like a big lake.
So you're exactly right, it's a lake. Yep, you're right. Bravo, you are right. It comes out of a lake.
And they clean it before you can drink it.
Well done. What happens if you don't clean the water? Happens.
It will not taste good.
It won't taste good, and there's something else. You're right. What else?
You could get sick.
You could get really sick. And we're going to talk about Uganda. And Uganda's in Africa. In Uganda, they get sick from their water a lot. They have a hard time finding water. So when they find it, it's the water that they wash their clothes in and their dishes in, water that they take baths in, and the water that they drink, all at the same time. And sometimes they get very, very sick from it. So having good, clean water is so important. Because we don't realize it, because we always have good, clean water, right? We drink it, we can have a bath in it. We don't even have to use the same water, right? We can have new water.
It takes all the bacteria out.
Yep, you're right, because otherwise you could get really sick, right? Well, but before you can boil your water, before you even have the ability to drink it, it's got to originate somewhere. We are going to read a traditional Ugandan folktale. And this Ugandan folktale is called Give Up Gecko. Which one's the gecko? Superman? Small green one? Is that what you said? I thought I heard you say that. Very good. So there's the gecko. Look at all these big, stumpy elephants. All these big animals right around them. But there's the gecko. And have you noticed something about these animals? Where do you think these animals normally live? Where do you think they live?
They live in the jungle.
Mm-hmm. And they live in Africa. No, these are traditional. Like if you go to the zoo, you can see animals like this, right? Probably not, in your front yard. Hopefully you're just seeing squirrels. If you see how to climb a tree, I'd probably wonder if I was dreaming. Yeah, what about you?
I know where the water comes. What river?
What?
The Missouri.
Where does
Missouri River.
Sorry?
The Missouri River.
River?
Missouri.
Oh, very good, bruv. Smart, good girl, yeah.
And water can also come from the water bottle if you buy it.
From a water bottle if you buy it, you're right.
The water can also come from the ocean, but they have to clean out it.
That's right, because we can't drink salt water, can we? We'll get sick. Give up gecko. Days and days, waiting for rain. The animals needed to drink. Let's dig for water, said the animals. The one who finds water can be our chief. All the animals wanted to be chief. To use our tusks, bellowed elephant. Tusks, tusks, shouted boar. No, let's use our horns, hollered rhino. Horns, horns, agreed deer. Some animals didn't have horns. Some animals didn't have tusks. Let's stomp, said hippo. Everybody has feet. Not me, whispered snake. The animals were already voting. Stomp, stomp, we will stomp. Can they stomp to find water? Let's find out. Me first. Elephant found a good place to dig and began. Elephant, elephant, heavy, heavy, heavy. Elephant, elephant, stomp, stomp, stomp. It was hot. Elephant got tired. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Elephant, elephant, stomp, stomp, stomp. No water here. I give. Would you give up?
No.
I would just use my hand.
Oh, well, let's see what happens. My turn, shouted Hippo. Hippo, hippo, heavy, heavy, hippo, hippo, stomp, stomp, stomp. Hippo churned up the dust. The hole got deeper and deeper. Then Hippo got tired. No water here. I give up. Would you give up yet? Rhino, rhino, heavy, heavy, heavy. Rhino, rhino, stomp, stomp, stomp. Buffalo, giraffe. All the big animals took a turn. All the big animals gave. Who's left? Well, let's see. Ah, Godzilla. I bet Godzilla could do it, right? So the middle-sized animals tried. Warthog, hyena. Monkey thought he could do it. Monkey, monkey, heavy, heavy, heavy. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Monkey, monkey, bananas. Bye-bye. And the middle-sized animals all gave up. Now the little animals wanted to try. The big animals were laughing. What can they do? The big animals were right. The little animals didn't have any luck either. Iguana tried. Rabbit tried. Rabbit, rabbit, heavy, heavy, heavy. Rabbit had no patience. What can a rabbit do? I give up. Nobody can do it. Elephant. Nobody found water. Let's go home. Then they heard a voice. I didn't get a turn yet. Let me try. The animals all looked around. Where was that tiny voice coming from? It was Gecko. I can do it. Let me try. The animals all started laughing. What could a silly little animal like Gecko do? Nothing. Let's go home, said Elephant. There's no water here. See, the gecko had jumped into the deep, deep hole. Gecko, gecko, heavy, heavy, heavy. Gecko, gecko, stomp, stomp, stomp. Look at that silly little gecko. He thinks he's heavy. Give up, Gecko. Do you think Gecko gets discouraged?
Yes.
Do you ever get discouraged? Let's see what happens. Gecko was so embarrassed. He turned bright pink all over. Gecko's turning pink, Hippo laughed. Give up, Gecko. They can laugh. I won't give up. Gecko, go, heavy, heavy, heavy. Gecko, gecko, stomp, stomp, stomp. He stomped for 1 hour. All of the animals shouted, "Give up, Gecko!" Gecko, Gecko, 2 hours. Give up, Gecko. The sun was about to go down and Gecko was still stomping. Is anything happening?
Yes.
Would you give up yet?
Yes. Yes.
I might. It's dinner time. I'm hungry and tired. Suddenly, my toes are wet. My toes are wet. Gecko was stomping in water. Gecko, Gecko, heavy, heavy, heavy. Gecko, Gecko, splash, splash, splash. Out of the way! Elephant threw Gecko out of the hole and he began to stomp. Elephant, 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 stomp, stomp, stomp. I'm the new chief, hollered Elephant. I found the water. But all the animals saw what had happened. "Get that elephant out of there," they shouted. "Elephant didn't find the water. Go did." So Gecko jumped back down in the hole again. All of the animals started shouting, "Gecko, Gecko, heavy, heavy, heavy. Gecko, Gecko, stomp, stomp, stomp. Don't give up." Slowly, the water began to rise. It came up to his little knees. It came up to his little waist. It came up to his little neck. Water! The water was spraying all over. Everybody was dancing and singing. "Gecko, Gecko, he found the water. Gecko is the one." The animals built a special house for Gecko right by the side of the water. "You all help dig," said Gecko. "Everybody can share." "Yes, we all helped dig," said the animals, "but you, Gecko, you were the one who never gave up." So, did you enjoy this story? Yeah! Why do you think that the words kept repeating, like stomp, stomp, stomp? Why do you think the words kept repeating like that? What do you think? Tie-dye?
He kept doing it.
He kept doing it. And guess what else is interesting about folk tales? Have you heard of folk tales before? Yeah. I know you have, because I know you're doing a lot of around the world stuff. Folk tales, when they started, weren't stories written down. They weren't in books. They were spoken. Someone thought of it and told it, maybe around a campfire. So they used a lot of words so that there would be a rhythm, almost like music. And that's what I love about this story and what I love about reading books around the world, because they're different than we normally read, aren't they? So in Uganda, a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people trying to build wells for clean water. There's a lot of people trying to help get girls into school and get people to where that they have jobs. There's a lot of war in Uganda, right? And do you think that the girls are allowed to fight in the war? No. They aren't. They aren't allowed to fight in the war. Only the boys are allowed to fight. So what happens? Sometimes the boys don't come back home because it's really bad over there. So guess what that means? The girls have to find ways to make money to raise their families. The moms have to find a way to do the job so they can have money and take care of their families. There is one thing that these women are doing called Beads for Life. And it's a program where they get paper, where they get all of Disney's programs. So if you go to Disney and you get a program for the day and you're done with it, you drop it in the recycling bin, all of those programs are shipped to Uganda, to the women, and they take them, they cut the paper up, and they make beads out of them. And then they're able to sell necklaces and other types of jewelry so that they can make money so that families can eat. Pretty cool, huh? So not only are they taking something that would have just been trash anyway, but they're able to make money by it, and they're able to make sure that their kids have things like clean water and food. So water is very important to them, but if there's one thing that they all do and one thing that I know you all do is persevere. Did they give up? No, they didn't. Like Gecko, and neither are you going to, because we're going to do a very special craft where you're going to make your very own bead necklace. What? Right? You will see in front of you, or you will see in front of you soon, a sponge. That sponge is going to act as your glue paintbrush. And I just cut up regular sponges that I bought at the dollar store. And that way you don't have to spend a lot of money. In case you want this again at home, you can use a sponge or a finger. But today I'm going to try to keep you a little nice and neat. So we're going to use sponges. I'm not going to pass out the glue yet. In front of you are also dowel rods that are being passed out. Dowel rods are the long wooden rods. And you're going to use that because you're going to curl the paper up them so that you can make a bead with a hole in the middle. Because if there's no hole, can't put string through it, can you? So that purpose is. I also have here strips of paper. They're long triangle strips of paper, right? I cut this up thanks to my Pottery Barn catalog. And this is what we're going to use. This is going to become a bead. And you can make as many as you want. The first one might not come out perfect. Are you going to give up?
No.
This one might not come out perfect. Are you going to give up?
No.
By the third one, you're going to start to get the hang of it. So don't expect on the first try to get this. I think it took Miss Krista. I've been doing this for 3 years now. Well, this year I'm going to nail it. So let's see. I have my sponge. It's my glue paintbrush. You will each get glue. We have not passed it out yet. I have my dowel. I am going to take the paper. I'm going to pull it a little bit around the dowel rod with no glue on it. Why do you think I do that? Why do you think I do that? Guess why? So that when I put glue in it, I don't glue the paper to the dowel rod. I learned that lesson last year. I had a bunch of beads stuck in pencils I couldn't get off. So I put a little through it first without putting glue on it so that that part doesn't stick to the dowel rod. I dip my glue paintbrush, my sponge, right into the glue. I won't scoop it, I'm just a dipping. And this is special glue, this is Mod Podge. Not only do we use it as Mr. Greg loves it, because his mom used to Mod Podge a bunch of stuff, so it reminds him of being a kid. But because Mod Podge is sort of like a cross between glue and paint. And what I'm doing is I'm putting Mod Podge all the way down. And you're each going to get a plate too so that you don't get Mod Podge on the tables. So I put a little bit of glue all the way down. Now comes the part that takes patience. I start to roll. I roll carefully. I'm not in a big hurry. Glue squirting out of each side, that's okay. I just take that glue and I just roll it around. I don't expect this to be perfect. I know that going into it, that I'm just learning. See, it's just mushing around. And I'm just gonna keep rolling, and I'm gonna roll carefully. I'm gonna roll until I get to the very tippy end. Glue all over my fingers, that's okay. Kids are washable, last I checked. All the way to the end. And then the glue that's on my fingers, I'm gonna take it and I'm continuing to spread it all over the outside because Mod Podge acts like a varnish. So when your bead dries, it will almost dry like plastic. Well, I had so much fun today at Austintown Elementary School with Mrs. Lamarcas and Miss Houston's second grade art class. We read a Ugandan folk tale called Give Up Gecko, and it was retold by Margaret Reed McDonald. After that, we made a traditional Ugandan craft, beads. And these beads are just made from paper and glue. And just like Gecko, we learned not to give up, because while it takes a lot of patience, the result is beautiful and fun. I hope that you loved our story and our craft. And if you would like Armstrong to come to your school, have a grown-up email us at channel20, that's channel20@agoc.com. This is Miss Krista for Kids Corner on Armstrong Channel 20. I hope you have a fantastic day.